Hi everyone, welcome to Urban Informatics and Modeling. Today I will look at urban forestry and streetscape renewal prioritization in Port Phillip, Melbourne, Australia. This project was conducted by Shruti Karmacharya and Tashdevan Khan. Urban forestry is the greening of the urban fabric environment. There's a quote that says, "When humanity wins the battle against the forests, the victory will be humanity's greatest defeat." This suggests that without trees, humanity will be at a loss as trees play an important role in society. Urban forestry helps reduce our impact on the environment and bring nature back into our cities. The project brief is to develop an urban forest solution to the streetscape interface within Melbourne, Australia. We have selected to investigate the Port Melbourne region as our area of interest. The methods we have used is based on the 10 methods created by the Urban Forestry Guidelines of Melbourne, Australia. This is a map showing you where Port Phillip is, as well as the red dot signifying our location. We developed a site survey to gather relevant information and engagement from the community on how to better the streetscape with urban forestry. Within the Port Phillip region, we have identified 3 streets that we think need improvements in the streetscape. These being Mall Street, Graham Street, and York Street. Each of these streets has a small urban forestry implementation, although the streetscape and translation is not good. With the engagement of the community and further research, we have selected York Street as our prioritization. We asked questions such as what streets you think need the most improvement, and then showed them a series of pictures of different streetscapes and which they liked the most and least. The streets with the greatest number of trees had the best responses, and the streets with no trees had the worst. Most people believe that trees are important in a street and would like to see more of them, and are also willing to help maintain them. Most people also do not have an issue with the negatives that come with trees, and believe that trees are important in the streetscape. It is also noted that they are willing to lose a few parking spaces to make space for more trees in the road. The selected site location is a portion of the street comprising of 2 blocks. It is an industrialized and urban area, and with the highlighted area being red. Looking at the site features of York Road, you can see that there are 3-meter wide long walkways as long as a large road and parking on both sides. Further notable street features will be small trees, power lines and poles on only parts of the road, wide pavements, and that the road surface has very little to no green space and or permeable land. We did some simple site analysis identifying the urban fabric, the foreground map, the location of the sun and wind paths. Another very important analysis is the climatic analysis, where we identified how climate will change within Melbourne in 2050 and how this change will affect the climate of this region in this time frame. This is very important in identifying trees and planting vegetation for the future, as not all trees and plants will be able to withstand this climatic change. A tree analysis was conducted. Based on the tree analysis, there appears to be only one tree type within the road, which is the Gleditsia tree or honey locust tree. Having one tree type in a road is not good for urban forestry or diversity, and this is based on the urban forestry standards given from the Melbourne Urban Forestry. A sun analysis was also conducted based on the tree selection. The tree should protect the surface from the sun during the summer and allow for the sun to reach the pavements during winter, as Melbourne's winter is cold and wet in winter and hot in summer. A variety of both deciduous and evergreen trees should be planted so that throughout the year they will be covered from rain as well as from the sun during summer. Here's just an image showing you some trees on site and the features, as well as a section where you can see the large pavements and the small trees. We did a case study looking into other roads that implemented urban forestry, and these 2 case studies show the positive impact adding trees and creating an urban forest will create in a road, as well as improve the environment. Looking at the tree selection criteria, both large trees and small trees require 2.5-meter height clearance to ensure that they do not damage power lines. It is best to place small trees where there are no power lines and large trees where there are none. Here we have an image showing the canopy cover based on the tree age and condition. The tree health is important in maintaining a healthy urban forest, and if identified to be under stress should get the required treatment. There is also a diagram showing the different tree size with power lines and without. Larger trees can be seen being placed where there are no power lines and smaller trees where there are. If a tree is large and placed by power lines, it will be pruned and lose most of its canopy, which defeats the entire purpose. Here's a few images of how trees are pruned under power lines and against building facades. These do not have the best aesthetic appearance and often require a lot of pruning. The following image just shows the different ways in which trees can be placed in the road. We also looked into a chart to identify trees based on temperature vulnerability and height. And these are the selected trees. The selected trees are both alien and native species and have varied heights and are either deciduous or evergreen. Positive implementations are to increase tree canopy, existing tree health, tree diversity, improve the streetscape, increase surface permeability, including improve the community, and increase the urban ecological biodiversity. Our master plan for York is to add diversity to these spaces by placing trees in parking spaces approximately every fourth parking space where applicable, as well as adding trees between some of the existing ones. The trees being added should be placed randomly to ensure mixed placement. We're also adding green strips towards the end of each block and along the pavements to increase surface permeability and help with water runoff. By removing some of the parking spaces, we would like to encourage more people to use bicycles within the area. The next image is just a comparison of the existing streetscape and the proposed new streetscape, as well as the 3D mapping showing the trees that's being added. The following is the acknowledgements and references for the entire project.